They plan these cells, quite a bit in advance, and ironic that right now with the intravirus 68 in the news and the Ebola, there's in the United States, there's more people who have died of the intravirus. Right now I think we're at 68, 70 people, so which is too many.
Right.
And the silver is something that there's one of the products, the silver, we were able to buy that in a 4-ounce bottle at 18 parts per million, or 14 parts per million. And we now have a 16-ounce bottle that is 20 parts per million. So it's stronger. And there's a lot of scientific research that's been done with it. Of course, there's no research showing where they added the silver in a petri dish with Ebola, but they had it in with MRSA and a variety of different pathogens, and it stood up better than 8 of the big gun antibiotics.
Very
silver.
Interesting. Now, so you can use that. So we were talking about that antibiotic. So you can use that all the time.
You can use that on your hands. You can use that on your hands. But certainly, every time, every time that you need to wash your hands, hopefully you're around water and soap.
Right.
And not antibacterial soap. If you'll just wash your hands with soap, about 90 seconds. 90 seconds is going to be enough. And you can put 1 drop of that silver gel over your hands once you dry it, just to smooth that around on your palms of your hands. And but it runs, about 15 something a bottle, a tube, and it's like a 3-ounce tube. It's a good size tube. And the other thing is the 16-ounce bottle of the 20 parts per million silver shield. That is on sale as well, and that's something that you can put into a little spray bottle, or put an atomizer on the top of it, so that you can spray it, and or children can have like a half a teaspoon first thing in the morning. That'd be the first thing that you give them, and wait 15 minutes before they get something to drink. And that's all absorbed in the mouth, under the tongue, and absorbed and transported pretty quickly into the bloodstream. And so that is, helps to kill any pathogens that you come in contact with. And so that's something that we're doing at our house. That's just my recommendation to the rest of the people out there.
I'm telling you.
Along with, cleaning your cabinets. And, the first thing I would use is, vinegar. Vinegar is safe. Vinegar will kill things on the countertop, a strong vinegar solution. Or, you can just wash it all down, put a light spray of hydrogen peroxide and water and spray that over your countertops. The areas that you use the most, wiping down and spraying the refrigerator, wiping down the door handles, wiping down the front of your door and the door handle,
Right.
Going through just kind of basic, just kind of step up your house cleaning, unfortunately, and just keep those things clean. And like I told my granddaughter that with school's back in session, and hey, come on, we've got. Lucky are the children that are in 12 and 17, students to a classroom. I think she's at 28, and she's in 3rd grade.
Wow.
28 students for one teacher. And it's like I told her, I need to remind you that when kids in your classroom come to school and they're coughing and they're sneezing, if they sneeze by you, I want you immediately putting your face down in your shirt.
Right.
put your face down in your shirt and close your eyes. And turn around and, you can open your eyes then and walk away. Get away from them. Because that's how stuff is spread.
Yeah, and that was going to be one of my questions. I know that they say that it's not airborne, but I mean.
Oh, the Ebola.
Yes,
oh.
But what happens, if a person that has Ebola does do a cough? There's a mist that comes out when that cough.
There is a mist. Yes, absolutely. Yes, there is. I mean, just in respirations daily, we get rid of like a pound of fluids from the body. Just in our respiration. So, yes, there is moisture and a mist that comes from us, what do you think you're seeing when it's so cold outside?
Right.
That you don't see when the weather temperature is,
So, do you think, though, what I want to know is if, like that lady that flew on that plane to Ohio or wherever it was, if she would have coughed during that, if there was a chance for that whole plane to be infected.
If she coughed, the other thing is, did she use the bathroom?
True. At the airport as well.
Did the stewardess give her something to drink in a disposable cup that she, was drinking from, that would have had her saliva on it, and maybe one of the attendees end up,
because they're
touching it with their hand.
Because they're just gonna grab like this.
Of course, I don't fly, so I don't know. Do they handle giving you things with gloves?
I don't think so. Not wait a minute. I mean, not the last time I flew, they did not do that. Yeah. Not with gloves.
Yeah. So it's just kind of those every single day things that we do that we take for granted, and sometimes we don't think twice about. Usually, but this is now a time to be thinking twice about what you're doing.
Yes.
Just to the chances that we're going to be okay are pretty great, I think.
Right. But, I mean it.
But we are evolving into where we have so many metaviruses and bacteria that, these are just kind of for the times that we live in today and that we're faced with. It just makes a better sense to make sure that there's just take a couple extra seconds in some of the tasks that you do, and just reassure that there's cleanliness and safety going on in your place. The other thing is the alkaline water, getting your body's pH into balance, and when you're sick, you need to bump that up a little bit more in the alkaline level. Your viruses and bacteria don't live on healthy tissue.
Right.
It contributes to your health. And then the one water purifier that after I did a lot of researching and I ended up buying, I got it a year ago. I absolutely love it. And there's a setting on that that's an acidic setting for cleaning countertops and mirrors and sinks. And I'm going to tell you something, with absolutely nothing added to the water, with that acidic water, the lowest setting for it, so that it's very acidic. That the only thing with that in a bucket of water and a cloth, and I'm going to tell you something, it is incredible how it cleans things. Just sinks. You can take a cloth into the mirrors and they're streak free. They're great. There's no chemicals whatsoever. I mean, if you wanted to, you could throw some essential oils in there just to make it smell better.
Right.
Like some
lemongrass
lemongrass or there's just so many of them. You know,
Right.
rose is pretty expensive to be putting in.
Right.
It's
I like
one of those really-
pine.
yeah, the pine. You can do the pine. You know, and right now with coming into winter and wanting to, you know, take care of anything that's airborne that comes into the house, you know, you can add some frankincense and myrrh
Right.
to that as well, with the acid water, you know, and do your cleaning and leave that smell. You know, geraniums. There's lavender.
Right.
You know, you could do that. You know, another thing too is that, you know, have you heard about how onions? You know, if you peel an onion and you cut that onion, that you should not keep if that onion sits out, that you should not consume that onion, and you should not take that onion and wrap it up and put it into the refrigerator.
Oh, really?
Because bacteria and viruses that are airborne are drawn to the onion. So an onion within, you know, if it's sitting out an hour on your countertop,
Uh-huh.
you can start a culture
Oh, my goodness.
with that.
Wow.
So one thing, since it seems from an airborne standpoint that it kind of migrates to the onions, and one thing that I did last year is I took a little, like a Sunday goblet, you know, the glass ones, because, you know, I don't use them, they're just sitting up there in the cabinet.
Right,
And
right.
what I did was I took some onions that were red onion, and a Bermuda onion, and a yellow onion, which is usually a sweet onion, and then the white onion. And what I did was I kind of rough chopped them up and kind of blended the different ones together, and then I put them in with the outer, you know, covering of the onion. I lined the goblet with that, and then I just threw the onions down onto it, and then I stuck one in each room of the house. And, you know, after a day or so, it didn't smell like onions anymore in the house. But they were coming to my house, so it wasn't weird for anybody that knows me to show up and be like, okay, garlic, onions, whatever. And so, you know, and that really was to take care of anything, you know, that virus or bacteria that was airborne. And I have to say, nobody ended up with a cold, nobody ended up with the flu. We never get the flu anyway, but, you know, it was pretty cool to use that, you know, put that out. And I did that during the winter months when the house is pretty well closed up.
Do you get flu shots?
No.
Hell no, neither
Never.
do we. We never,
Never.
neither do we. We haven't had one, and
Yeah.
I don't even remember the
We
last
don't-
one
we
I
don't-
had.
And, you know, we don't do the shots thing. You know, there's aluminum and mercury in them, in the vaccinations, and you don't know really what's put in it. It's like, what else is attached in it? I mean, just like this conspiracy thing going on with the Ebola, that it was due to being, you know, people being vaccinated.
Yeah, that's scary.
So who knows, you know, but the thing is that, you know, if you keep your immune system healthy, you know, and feed it and give it what it needs, and you do other things, you know, the water, the alkaline, like I said, you know, if you can get your body 7.5 and 8.0, I mean, is excellent. And, you know, I've known of people that got it to 8.5. So, you know, this is the terrain of the body that your body's environment is either going to be conducive to culturing viruses and bacteria to grow in your body, or you're going to have a system that your immune system is strong, your pH is in balance, and those types of things cannot survive and replicate in your body. So, getting your body